Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you how to make a simple dress. This is the dress we'll be making today. So just a simple dress like this, and then with just 2 yards, my fabric, the zip, chalk, tape and scissors. So this dress I'll be making today is for a medium size. So let's get into the video. So guys, the first thing I did is to fold this fabric into two, and this is the end here. So I folded it into two. This is the folded end. So what I have to do is first of all check the shoulder measurement, and the shoulder I'll be working with today is 16, right, as the full shoulder length, but the 16 I'm going to divide it by 2. First you subtract, since it's going to be sleeveless, right, you subtract 1 from the 16, so that will be 15. Then the 15 you have, you divide it by 2, so that will leave me with 7.5. so that is here. I'm going to mark it. And then the armhole I'm working with is supposed to be armhole of 18, so 18 by 2, that will be 9. So mark that here and then go up this way. So you see what I did here. So this is the shoulder, subtract 1 from the full shoulder, divide it by 2, you have the shoulder. And then from the point you marked as your shoulder, you come down and check the armhole, divided by 2. So you mark it this way and then give it like a curve here. So after that, you come back to the shoulder, you mark 3 inches from the middle part here. So that will be from here to here, 3 inches here, and then come down 3 inches, because as you can see the girl's own has like a high neckline. But if you don't want high neckline, then don't stop at 3. Don't make it 3 by 3. But if you want it the neckline lower, you might go with 5, 6 or 7. But I want the neckline just same like what the girl has, so it will be 3 inches this way, 3 inches this way from the end, and then also 3 inches by the length. And then I'll come down here and mark a curve again. Then go back to this same end here, mark 1 inch for your shoulder slant. On this line, mark 1 inch from the end, like 1 inch here. So you mark it, and then this 1 inch that you've made here, go from the end of this 3 and give it a slant this way. Just make sure it meets this 1 inch here. So you see now you have the shoulder slant, because you know the shoulder is not straight, it's slanted. So that's why you have this slant here. So that's basically it for the neckline. So we are done here. The next thing you have to do is to go down here and check the bust measurement. And the bust measurement I'm going to be working with is 38. So 38 by 2, that will be 9.5. So 9.5 plus 1, that will be 10.5. So the bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1 is what you use. So for me, that will be 10.5 inches. So mark 10.5 inches here. So now from here, go back again, check the length you want to use for before you get to the gathered part, like the flare part of the dress. So what I want to use is 31, right? I don't want it as short as our own, so I'm going to use 31. So the 31, I'm going to add 1 inch to it for my seam allowance, half an inch at the upper part and half an inch at the lower part. So that will leave me with 32.5, because I said I want to use 31.5. So plus 1 inch, that will give me 32.5. So you mark 32.5 inches here. Make sure your line is straight. So with here, this line that you've made here, all you have to do is go back to the bust measurement. For me, the hip measurement I'm working with is supposed to be around around 40, which is 10 by 2, 10 by 4. Sorry, the hip measurement I'm supposed to be working with is 40, which is 40 divided by 4. That will give me 10. So that will be somewhere here, right? If you give it extra 1 inch, that will be 11. You add one more. So this is where my let me make the line more visible. So this is where my hip is supposed to be. This is the normal hip. The extra 1 inch, this is where the hip is supposed to be. But from this bust line now, what you have to do is just make it like you're going out, like an A line. Just flay it out this way. If you want it to be even wider, fold the fabric out even more, right? When you go to fold it, but I don't want it that loose. When you go to fold it, take it out even further, so that way when you make this A line that I'm making from this bust line now, like, so when you go to mark it from the bust line, you can easily just take it out even more out this way. You understand what I'm saying? So that way it's fitted on top and then it flays out at the bottom. But I don't want it that way for me, so I'm just going to go with this much space. So mine won't be as loose as her own, so it joins this end here. So you see, so this will be the shape of mine. So let me cut it out so you can see. So this is what I'm saying. I don't want mine that wide. So see my hip here, but I only gave it a little room. But this room that I gave it is already enough, because remember, this is extra like 1 inch here. If you look at this space here that I have, because normally my hip is supposed to be here, but imagine when I just taking a little bit of fabric here, so I already have, and this much is by 4, because I have it on this end, I have it on this end, and I also have it at the back. So I think it's enough room for myself. But if you want yours even wider, then you can just move the fabric further when you go to fold it into 2. So as you can see, this is what the dress is looking like so far. You see how mine is, it doesn't fish out this way. But remember what I said, if you want yours to go this way more, just make sure that when you fold it, if you place it on the bust, you put your tape this way, right? Like angle it as much as you want it to go. At the end of the day, it will still be fitted at the bust, like how the girl's own is fitted at the bust part, but just know that it will flay out at the end. And if you're not working with enough fabric, you know that you don't have enough fabric together all the way at the end. So that's the factors you have to consider when you want to make the flay that wide. Just make sure you have enough fabric. And yeah, so I'm cutting out the neckline, and then now I'm going to cut out the slant on the shoulder. So this is basically what it's looking like right now. Yeah, I think this is wide enough for me, because remember, this dress doesn't come with front dart, and if you make it that wide, I'm not sure how it will look. So guys, as you can see, I've gone ahead and traced the back. This is the back, and then this is the front. So what I did is I folded another sheet of fabric, but this time around I made it wider by 1 inch here for the zip, right? See my front piece here, this is the back piece. So the extra 1 inch is at the middle, the center back, right? So now what I have to do, as you can see, I've also traced it here. So I'm just going to make sure that all the lines are even. So what I have to do, the neckline at the back doesn't have to come up this high, it just has to be like this much, about 1 inch from the neckline here. So what I have to do is just cut it out. If you feel like this neckline is too high for you, you could make it 4 for the front, but I think it's okay for me because I want like the neckline that high. So I've cut out the extra piece here. So now what I have to do is to split open this back piece here. So I'm going to cut this open all the way to the end. So that way you have one piece for the front and 2 pieces for the back. So you see, now I have 2 pieces of fabric for the back, 1 for the front, and then it's just the front piece that I used to trace the back piece. So basically this is done. The next thing you have to is, I want the length. So now I'm going to cut the flare at the end, right? So I folded some piece of fabric here. I want the, if you want to see the width here, so I'll still attach more to it, but just to explain what I mean, the length of the dress, I want it to be 39, so right above my knee. So you subtract the top part of this dress that I already cut, which is supposed to be 31.5, from the 39 inches, which I want to be the full length of the dress. What you have left is 7.5, right? So the 7.5 is here. So I'm going to add additional 1.5, just 1.5, half an inch for attaching the top part here, and then 1 inch for folding the end of the dress. So because you remember this part here is going underneath the piece that we just cut now, and then the other end is the end that you fold, which is going to be the flare at the bottom of the dress. So half an inch for the top part and then 1 inch for folding the edge of the dress. So that will be 1.5 plus the 7.5, leaving you with 9 inches for the bottom flare. So this is 9 inches here. For this part here, the flare, you could cut as much fabric you want to use for it. It depends on how much fabric you have. So I'm just going to show you like from this particular piece here, but as I'm attaching, if I feel like this piece will not be enough for the flare, I'll just add additional fabric, just the same length. So yeah, so this is what I'm going to be working with. I'm going to cut this piece here out. So guys, I've gone ahead and attached the dress. I finished everything on. So as you can see, I've finished everything, and then and as you can see, as it's going down, it's getting wider. As it's going down, it's getting wider. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.